Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Indy, and today I want to talk about something a little different. I like to think about the baddest characters in video games. I like to think about the best characters in video games. I like to think about the toughest characters in video games. I like to think about characters in video games all the time. So today I thought we would talk about my top 5 fierce females in gaming. Now, I just thought it would be a good time to take a look at some of the leading female characters in video games. The one thing I found out as I pondered over this list is that we're finally starting to get more leading roles for females in video games. I'm not saying there hasn't been, because this list is going to prove that there has been, but just what I'm saying is that while coming up with this list, it made me realize that we are trending in the right direction. Keep in mind, this is my top 5 list, and you are welcome to add any to the list in the comment section below. At number 5, we have Amanda Ripley from Alien Isolation. The daughter of Ellen Ripley, the lead character in the Alien franchise, the movies, you know. Well, this follows in her mother's footsteps as she joins a search team to locate her whereabouts. During the search, she finds her way to a space station that, of course, is being tormented by a xenomorph. This is the setting from one of the most intense and scary survival games of all time, in my opinion. Ripley doesn't just have to worry about an evil alien chasing her around the station, she also must deal with the remaining crew members that want to, do bad things to her. These people do not know how to handle a crisis situation at all. To make matters worse, even the androids turn on everyone at one point during the game. She might not be a well-known character, but she is certainly a badass like her mother. Who else could fight off crazed crew members, rogue androids, all while being stalked by a xenomorph? I'm pretty much sure saying nobody, that's who. Maybe her mother and her, that's it. She's a baddie. At number 4, and no surprise to be on the list, is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. How could I not put the beautiful archaeologist on this list? I wouldn't feel right if I left her off. The character was first introduced in Tomb Raider in 1996 with the Nathan Drake before he came along, and just as skillful, if not more. I will not argue which one is better. She has been known for being crazy athletic and versatile in combat as well. Not only is she a physical threat with her skills and beauty, but also incredibly intelligent. For a character that has spent so much time cave diving and tomb dwelling, she has managed to stay in the spotlight for a very long time. Lara Croft didn't just spawn multiple video games, she also received numerous movie releases that started with Angelina Jolie in 2001. I mean, let's face facts here. Anyone that is voiced by Minnie Driver in an animated series is top notch. And well, in my opinion, she has to be on the list of fierce females in gaming. At number 3, we have Senua from Hellblade. In a game that I thought could contend for Game of the Year in 2017, we got a stellar and emotional story. Senua, cursed by hallucinations, must travel to Helheim in order to save her lover's soul. It is one of the darkest journeys I've ever been a part of when it comes to video games. Senua battles her demons in a fragile state throughout the game, but is not only stronger mentally, but also physically stronger than any character I can remember. The game is definitely centered on her mental illness and how she must find a way to combat her own mind. Fighting off hordes of Vikings and deadly creatures, whether it be real or, of her own creation, is done in a brilliant way. Even with her curse, Senua has the intelligence to solve puzzles of the most difficult puzzles I have ever seen. This journey that I felt I was a privilege to take with her not only blew me away with the combat, but also brought me to tears on several occasions. Her will and desire to save the one she loves is truly a prime example of the human spirit. Coming in at number 2, we have Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, the game of the year in 2017, in my opinion. Aloy is an outcast along with her guardian Rost, and while he does his best to protect her from dangers, her curiosity leads her to a device called the Focus. And man, does that open up a whole new can of worms. Known as the Machine Hunter, Aloy is now destined to discover the mysteries behind the fall of civilization and why the machines are attacking everyone. The great thing about this character is that she thrives against all odds. Aloy doesn't settle when things are going in a bad direction. No, she steadies her aim and attacks the situation. This isn't a joke. She started from the bottom and she climbed her way all the way up to the top, like literally. Not only can she scale huge mountains, but she can also climb giant machines and override them. She has a set of skills that allow her to take on hordes of bad guys or a herd of raptor-like machines. What she accomplishes in this game on her own is honestly mind-boggling at times. Aloy is like Lara Croft, Nathan Drake, and Sarah Connor all wrapped up in one. Simply put, she is a badass, and no amount of giant machines can stop her from finding out the truth. And I mean, we all know that she's such a badass that she's getting her own sequel, right? So everybody's getting prepared to play that one as well. If you played Horizon Zero Dawn, Aloy will take you on an emotional journey filled with incredible combat and a story that honestly will leave you breathless at times. Coming in at number 1 is Samus Aran from Metroid. Now, not what you were thinking. Yeah, neither was any of us who played Metroid back in the day in 1986 on Nintendo. In this science fiction game, Samus is the master of combat and adventure. While Samus does get help with her power suit, she is alone on her ventures and is put to the test by some of the toughest obstacles ever created. She is a galactic bounty hunter and is the best of the best. But what puts her at the top for me is the fact that she was one of the first females to take on the lead character. Even though we didn't know this through the first game, which made it even greater, you do know with the sequels it has spawned. The title character fights plenty of bad guys with an array of attacks, and it sets the stage, in my opinion, for the female adventures later in gaming. She is like the godmother of gaming, if you will, and who else can morph into a damn ball the way she can and move around? The last fight in Metroid and that ending will forever have a tight grip on my heart. Being the game I have beat probably the most in my lifetime, I would be doing her an injustice not putting Samus at the top of my list. I am still patiently waiting for the movie that has been rumored about for years to come out, but maybe she wouldn't be at the top of your list, but this is literally one of my favorite characters of all time in gaming. Just a few honorable mentions, and to show that there are more female badasses out there that you should check out. Let's start with Regina from Dino Crisis. How about Aya Brea from Parasite Eve? Or a lot of our favorites, right? Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2. And a lot of people's favorites, Ellie from The Last of Us. And, The Last of Us 2. Alright, so, let me know what you think about the characters in the comments below. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends. Talk about it. Discuss among yourselves. And seriously, let me know if there's any characters that, when you was growing up or, that you think should be on the list. I would absolutely love to add them to my list. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And as I say, or as we always say at the end of the videos, what do we always say? We always say, Indiam, brah.